Right now, we are joined by Ohio Senator John Husted. And Senator, if your ears have been burning, we've been talking about you in one of our news stories this morning. I'd love to get your thoughts on reports that former Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown has plans to run against you next year.
Well, it's kind of funny. He just lost just a few months ago to Bernie Moreno, but I know he's been in public office for 50 years, and he's well known across Ohio. He has a lot of connections in D.C. and New York. And Chuck Schumer was recently in Ohio, the minority leader, to recruit him to run. So I'm sure they'll throw all they have at me, but I'm an Ohio guy. Got a lot of great relationships in Ohio and work to serve the people of the state. And we'll do a great job and we'll be successful.
All right. Well, Senator, I know we'll be talking about that in the months to come. But as for today, you have plans to be right here in the Miami Valley. What's on your agenda?
Well, I'm going to visit with the Dayton Chamber and then stop by Sinclair Community College. The real important thing that, I'm a workforce development guy. I want more people to have workforce skills from career centers and community colleges. So when I got appointed to the Senate, first thing I worked on is trying to make Pell Grants for people who are lower income workforce credential eligible. What that means is instead of having to go off to college and spend 2 or 4 years there and then run up debt for people who are lower income, we can now use Pell Grants for them to earn workforce credentials that will allow them in 8 weeks to earn a credential that will lead to a good job, and they can start working. And then if they want to go to college, great, but we'll put them in a position where they can succeed by getting a workforce credential. More employers want credentials than they want degrees these days, and now these students will be Pell eligible to do that. And we hope to build a great workforce for the Miami Valley as employers there are hiring and trying to grow and compete.
All right. I know workforce is obviously something that you're very concerned about, but also the rising cost of healthcare. It impacts every single one of us. You've introduced a bipartisan Smart OTC Act that you're hoping will alleviate some of that strain. How exactly do you expect this act to help lower costs?
Well, many of you know if you have to go get a prescription drug, it costs a lot more than something you buy over the counter. An example of that would be like allergy medicines and things of that nature. It's estimated that a lot of drugs that we get as prescription drugs, we don't need to have a prescription for them. They should be able to buy them over the counter. It would drive down costs for drugs and prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs in this country. It's estimated it could save billions of dollars a year if we do this. And so the legislation that I have makes it easier for the drugs that are currently you can only get with a prescription for many of those to become over-the-counter drugs. And just look, it's common sense. Look, we are killing ourselves with the amount of money that we're paying for health care in this country, and it's bankrupting our country. It's hard on employers. It's hard on the people who work there to pay their deductibles and their bills, and we've just got to do everything we can to take the cost out of providing health care, and this is one common sense way to do it.
All right. Well, Senator Husted, as always, a pleasure to speak with you and have you join us here on Miami Valley's Morning News. Hope you have a great day here in Dayton.
Hey, we will do so. Love being in Dayton. Go Flyers.
Go Flyers. All right.